right, now we get to meet Lenina Mortimer. Come on up. All right. So, Lenina, you wrote a book called I Ain't Thinking About You, the 8-Step Guide to Finally Letting Him Go, using the breakup funeral method, which is just so intriguing to me. So tell us about this book and why you wrote it.
Great. So once you're done fucking settling, it's time for a breakup, and it's time to recover, and I'm your gal. So I wrote this book because to help women to overcome breakups. And one of the things that came up for me was that I got ghosted. I was seeing a guy, he disappeared, and I needed a way to process feelings of unworthiness, rejection, abandonment, and to find closure. So I created a ritual called the Breakup Funeral.
And we know that the breakup funeral works. I just happen to know this whole story, and I really love it. So you created this. You get ghosted, and you just are heartbroken. Is that true? Devastated, angry? Tell me the feelings.
So all the feels, all the feels. And so I'm processing all these feelings, and I'm sharing my story with other women once I've had my first breakup funeral. And they're like, ooh, can you do one for me too? And so I was just like, oh, okay, cool. I think I might have something here that might be worthy to share. And that's one of the reasons why I wrote this book. And another reason I wrote this book is because one day I popped off the train, and who do I run into but the guy who ghosted? The same guy I couldn't get on the phone to break up with. And so when I saw him, I realized that, I didn't want to curse him out, although I rehearsed it in my head many times, what I would say to him. And the needle didn't even move when I saw him. And I realized, like, oh, wow, the breakup funeral works. And this came to me, we bumped into each other exactly a year to the date that I held my first breakup funeral. And so that really motivated me to say, it's time for me to share this book. It's time to share the story.
Yeah, so that other people can have that same kind of outcome, right? I mean, I know I've sat around going, and then I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be looking like this that day, and, but to just have it be, because of this amazing ritual, this funeral thing is such an amazing concept. This ritual, you were just able to release it all and have no concern. The needle didn't move, as you said.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
And part of the funeral is, a part of it is, you write down what it is you're going to release, and then you burn it. Yeah. So you actually watching it incinerate. So it's really cool. Yeah.
So cool. I can't wait to read this book. Y'all can get it right now, by the way, right here. You can get it on this page that you're watching this broadcast from, and it's on Amazon. So Annette from Boulder would like to ask you a bit about the writing process, if that's okay with you. Just bring it on, Annette. From Boulder, Colorado. She wants to know, what was the biggest challenge you had to overcome in the process of writing your book, and how did you do it?
Okay, so there were many challenges, one of which was the imposter syndrome that came up for me. The imposter syndrome is all about feelings of unworthiness, like, who am I to write this book? And one of the ways I overcame this challenge was realizing through coaching by Angela that a lot of it had to do with me being scared of what other people will think of me writing this, and I needed to stop hiding. And another part of it was the whole unworthiness and imposter syndrome is really me-focused and me-centered. And one of the things I learned was that in order to make a difference and create a book that really makes a difference, you have to think about the person reading it. And that I had this breakthrough when Angela was like, well, are you an asshole? You have the solution to help someone who's in pain right now, and you're not giving it to them because you were afraid to step forward and to share because you're afraid of what someone else might think of you. And so that really called me forth, because I don't want to be an asshole.
No one wants to be an asshole. And we're so lucky because now your book, I Ain't Thinking About You, the 8-Step Guide to Finally Letting Him Go and Using the Breakup Funeral Method, is out there, and all the rest of us who need it can use that method as well. So let's show them your book cover. Woohoo! There it is. Awesome. Lenina Mortimer, thank you so much. Yes.